Okay, welcome to my first iteration of my 2024 budget build. This one's going to be based around using an Alienware Area 51 case from the late 2010s. It's got all your little bay ports and what have you there. It's got internal cases, but we'll run through it later on. Budget's going to be £400. Because for £250 I can't really buy anything much better or build anything much better than the last iteration, the Optiplex with the 4770K and the GTX 1060 6GB. But on the £400 budget I'm allowing 30 quid for the case because I legit paid £30 for this. This is a GTX 1080 PNY version with a triple fan. Again, I paid £120 for this in the summer, so that's legit. Gillette Extreme thermal paste, that's what I usually use. Motherboard wise, yeah, you're not going to be using a ROG Hero X570, but that's what I've got around. But I'm basing the cost of the build, spending about £80 on a B450, like a decent B450, or just a general run-of-the-mill X570 motherboard. That's the CPU. It is lapped. That is a 3100 Ryzen 3. Cost £35 from CEX with a 2-year warranty. Obviously this one hasn't got any warranty now because I've lapped it and I've overclocked it to hell. I've got some, never heard of it, Clev Bolt X memory, 3600 speed, DDR4, cost £12 a stick from CEX, again with a warranty. And no, I don't work for CEX, but if they want to throw me some money for promoting them, I'm all in for that. Here we've got the cheapest cooler I could possibly get. This was off eBay, cost me about £10 something delivered, made by Wang Jia Feng. Hopefully it will fit. If not, I've got a backup. I've got a really old Arctic cooling one kicking around which you'd pick up second hand for a tenner, but 2 copper heat pipes, 2 90mm fans. Don't know, it's got to be better than a flipping Scythe Wraith or whatever they are that you get with AMD. And we've got, last but not least, the Corsair CX500s. I think I paid 50 quid for that. Price of power supplies is going up quite a bit at the moment, but that's got, where are we? That's got 44 amps on the 12 volt rail, so that's going to be more than enough to power a GTX 1080 and that CPU. Most likely you could go for a more powerful CPU. So okay, right, so to get this undone, if you have a look on the back here, there's some quick release tabs, so you flick them up and then your panels slide off like so. And you can have a look and see what we've got. So here we are, one side. It's quite advanced for its time, so there's a lot of dust there. It's actually got some sort of cable tied in going on. Right. So we're going to do a little bit of hoovering, see if we can get this clean. Got a quick release fan system. By the look of it here, it was held in with some clips. You can see there's plenty of crap on it there. One of these connectors is for the light on the side, this one is for the fan. Can't remember which way round that. That's it, slots in there, and then you've got an extra Molex there for if you want to plug an additional fan on, so that's quite smart for its time. Although I accidentally said this case was from the early or the late 2010s, I actually meant the late 2000s. There's stamped 208 there, so that I would guess that that's the age this PC was. So this is pretty advanced for its time. Right, so here we've got another sort of quick release fan that goes behind the grill of the other panel. You have to push these tabs here like so, and that comes out there, and that's like a little caddy. So you undo your bits there and there, and there you go. I can clean that one up. Oof. So now I'm doing the front fan. It's got quite a little innovative handle. So you pull that off, and then the little caddy comes out, and then you've got these little plastic tabs that you have to unclip. So there's the caddy, and yeah, the fan's basically out there. Obviously it's quite dusty. I would have to go the other side, and yeah, that's the fan wire there, I think. Right, so I've cleaned up the other fans as best I can, but this back one, that's wrecked. That's just going to get taken off and thrown in the bin. So I'm obviously going to have to put another rear exhaust fan on. But otherwise the case seems pretty good. There's a lot of wiring around the side here. I'm not really sure if I'm going to end up putting some of the fans hooked up direct to the motherboard, or whether I'll just keep it all at the back there. But otherwise, yeah, I think it's a decent, well, it's a very good case for 2008. And there's a lot of little features like the quick release fan caddies and that, which would be useful on modern day cases. Yeah, this fan's definitely not going to be worth keeping. It's got the top mounted power supply, as cases always used to have. I personally, in a lot of ways, prefer them like that, because you're less likely to get dust going in your power supply unit like you do at the bottom. And also it kind of acts like a top exhaust fan. As long as you haven't got like super huge amounts of heat in the system that can't get out, it's not actually gonna do any harm. Right, so I've got the motherboard in, but for the minute I'm just going to focus on this cheap cooler. Basically what I've had to do is lap the base, because all round the outside here, not that I knew till I started lapping it, the outside edge was raised. So if you was running an Intel CPU, for example, they tend to be concave in the middle. So with this cooler you'd be getting big temps. I didn't get it necessarily totally flat, because with it being so cheap I don't know what the quality of these heat pipes are. And these heat pipes do contain some fluid, so if I go and lap it too far I could end up going through it and the fluid coming out. But anyway, it should be pretty good now. It's relatively flat. Right, well, I've come up against a bit of a problem. I've had to take all the board out. I watched a few of these Alienware conversions or whatever, or seen bits, but not one internet toss bag said that you can't just fit a standard ATX power supply in, because as you can probably see it doesn't line up with any of the holes, it's too small. So what I'm going to have to do now is piss arse around putting like an extra support in, if you can see behind here, for it to sit on, and then I'm going to have to drill probably, I don't know, I'll probably drill a hole or two in the bar, and then I shall use the fan screws where they go to go through there and screw it in like that. But this is why I do the hardware bench channel, because all the time people are telling you how you can build this and do that, and they never ever give you them little details, and it's the details with PC building that are always going to trip you up and cause you problems. Oh, it's working. Okay, you can see I've got the Alienware rig here. That's running Cinebench. This is with the R3 3100 Ryzen. Temperature, this is the second run, but on the first one it got up to 61 degrees C, and it drops back down to about 35, 36. Considering the thermal paste won't have cured properly yet, I didn't think that was too bad. Morning. Yep. Now I've stopped that fan because that was causing all the noise. There's your £10 cooler. Yeah. None of this gubbins down here actually does anything.